Hello. To quote my mother growing up, who the hell do you think you are, mister? Let's do a quick recap. 2 days ago, I spoke about Genesis and how everything starts with speaking the word. And yesterday, I talked about how fundamental a figure like Moses was to the concept of the Western canon or the Western idea. Moses had a less than pro-Jewish upbringing. He had unknown and insignificant birth parents and started out his life as the least likely person to win an open mic competition. Now, at this point, I've done two things. One, I have either pissed off the religious folks for what I'm sure is a very crappy analysis of biblical texts, or two, I have pissed off the non-religious folks for using the actual word God. One thing that has always been clear to me about trying to be committed to free speech principles, when done consistently, everyone will be pissed off at you at some point. I don't know how consistent I am on this particular topic, but at least I'm doing my part to have everybody pissed off at me at some point. This brings up the obvious question. Why should you or anyone listen to me? Well, the short answer is you shouldn't. I'm a middle-aged, middle-class man living in a middle-sized community in a Midwest town. Not exactly a glamorous social status. I work at a university, and at that university, I work at a campus center focused on promoting First Amendment rights and responsibilities to undergraduates. I'm neither a professor nor an attorney. I'm an administrator. Feel the crowd roar. While I recognize the importance of the First Amendment's legal history in the United States, I couldn't tell you the difference between the Schenck or the Chaplinsky cases. Actually, I'm kind of proud of that fact because it's a little known fact that nothing kills the vibe of a conversation quicker than dropping some case law. Oh, yeah. Tinker v. Des Moines. You know, it just doesn't go over well in any conversation you're going to enter into, unless it's with attorneys. I'm not exactly an accomplished public speaker. So when I was a kid, I would have outstammered 10 Moseses. I wasn't exactly a stutterer, but I would get so excited to get my words out that it sounded kind of like I was speaking in tongues at times. My father would constantly say to me, "Phil, cool your jets," meaning relax, so my words can actually come out so English speakers would maybe understand them. As I grew up, I did eventually grow into my vocal cords, and my desire to quickly interject a comment developed into what some would call maybe quick-witted, but what my teachers commonly referred to as being a smartass. I took public speaking classes in high school and college, but when it was my turn to stand up in front of the class and speak, you couldn't tell my speech content from all of the ahs and ums and likes, and this is Wisconsin, so a lot of you knows that made up nearly every other word within my speech. Still, there was a thrill in standing up in front of a captive audience and sharing my views. It wasn't until I was nearly 40 that I decided to actually, try improving my public speaking skills. And I joined a local Toastmasters International club. Toastmasters is like Rotary or Lions for people looking to improve their public speaking. For me, this club provided two things. One, it provided a set program to work on public speaking. The second and more important thing is it provided me with a captive audience that I could give speeches to. In addition to that, all the speeches you give in this club are also evaluated by other members of the club. So that helps you to improve your speaking even faster. Joining Toastmasters gave me an outlet to develop. Like most things in life, you get out of it only what you put in. People always join because they want to improve their public speaking, but they stay and hang out and be part of the club for many reasons. Many do continue to strive to be good and better public speakers, but then some get involved in leadership, some just like the social aspect of it. I've been part of this same local club for over 10 years. And during that time, I realized that while not everyone can be a world-class speaker, everyone benefits from improving their speaking skills. Now, by everyone here, I especially mean your listener, because they benefit from you becoming a better speaker and not giving awful, terrible speeches. Should you listen to me? Maybe. Not because I have a pedigree of a world-class speaker. I'm not an internet influencer, whatever that is, or a public official. I care about free speech, and I'm trying to be a better speaker. If I had to guess, that makes me more like you and a lot less like Barack Obama. And maybe, at least in his pre-savior of the Jewish people phase of his life, maybe a little more like Moses. Thank you.